Before we start, I just want to thank those who subscribed to the channel thus far, since we just hit 100 subs, and I hope we can raise that number higher in the future, because it took us about a year to reach this milestone, and I hope by next year we can double it. So thanks again for subscribing, and let's start the video. Okay, so the story of this situation has changed a few times where big changes or events would happen every so often or every day. I want to make everything in one video, which is why I'm covering it a few days after the whole thing kind of happened, because now it seems like the situation finally ended. Originally, I was going to post this video on the 12th, but recent changes since the policy released on the 13th. I'm just gonna go day by day of everything that happened thus far. December 8th to December 9th. So right now, I don't even know what to say anymore, because there's been a lot of dumb metas where people will actually do anything for money, and it seems like it just got to a point where Twitch just doesn't care anymore about people blatantly violating their guidelines. Because now it seems like even if it violates the guidelines but it makes Twitch money, they just don't care. And the meta that I'm talking about is the newest topless/naked meta, where in this meta, you have OnlyFans Twitch creators go live completely topless, have the camera above their stuff, and you know what they do? They let those things swing by dancing side to side whenever anyone subs or donates. The main thing about the situation is that people are just confused on why some people who are doing this meta aren't banned when you have people getting banned over nothing. VTubers get banned sometimes just because of the size of their breasts that they have on their model, but you have live women wearing nothing and oiling their double D's just chilling. Actual women can shake their titties and not get banned, but animated models get banned over what? Nothing. There are literal guidelines about nudity, sexual content, and the main points from these different guidelines and questions answered by Twitch employees is that content can't be sexually in nature, cannot be sexually suggestive, we do not permit streamers to be fully or partially nude, we prohibit nudity and sexual conduct. Please remember that sexually explicit or suggestive content such as nudity, exposing or focusing on genitalia, buttocks, nipples, or attire intended to be sexually suggestive are prohibited. Twitch prohibits nudity, inappropriate attire, pornography, and sexually explicit or suggestive content. And the people doing this meta broke all these rules and guidelines in the streams that they do. Because, one, they can't be fully nude. Two, the whole point of these streams is that they're trying to be sexually suggestive, and that the main focus of these streams are pointed at their shining breasts. The two main people who started this whole round of meta is Morgpie and Asian Bunny X, who both do OnlyFans and both stream on Twitch. Asian Bunny X and Morgpie have been doing suggestive or sexually suggestive / inappropriate attire content for apparently the whole time streaming on Twitch, because both of them have been banned 6 times. But in the case of the both of them, they've been unbanned the next day. Nothing has been longer than 5 days, because I think Asian Bunny X only got like a 3-day ban for something else. Other than that, it was just a 1 day. Okay, so as I'm editing this video, Morgpie just got banned again by doing the black bar trend. So basically, instead of being nude or instead of having the camera just above their bits, they show everything and just cover the main parts with a black bar that says like who donated what, who gifted what sub, and then their name. And she got banned with Asian Bunny X and Jen Fox. So Asian Bunny X, he streamed, and you had Kai Cenat, he reacted to one of his clips, which gained traction. Since no one really has seen anyone do this on Twitch, which caused her to get banned a whole week later. But she'll probably be unbanned the next day, because, that's just how it is. Next is Morgpie, who did the exact same thing, dancing side to side, making those things shake whenever anyone subs. Somehow she's banned. And then I got confused on why Asian Bunny was banned and Morgpie wasn't, when they both broke the guidelines by doing the exact same thing. The oldest clip of this meta that I've seen is Asian Bunny X's clip that Kai reacted to on December 2nd, which is a whole week before she was banned. December 9th was when she was banned, and Morgpie became the leader of that whole meta thing, with other OnlyFans creators that stream on Twitch also joining in on this meta. And for some reason, no one else was getting banned for this meta. With the way that it was going, people were comparing it to how Twitch accepted hot tubs and pools, and saying that the same thing might happen to where they actually start accepting and making a category for softcore on Twitch at that point. But for the people actually doing this meta, it's actually working. The reason why it's working on people is because the whole point of these streams is that they're trying to build traction to get people to go check out their OnlyFans, Fanleys, and other products that people stream on. For example, Morgpie, she has an OnlyFans, Fansly, and she sells a lifelike sex doll of her exact body. Cause how the cycle goes is that you have guys start off there lonely, they want to see the girl flash on stream because they see that they're doing this on Twitch. They scroll down, they see the link to the Fansleys or OnlyFans, they pay money to see the full thing, but now what? They want to see more, which is why, or they want to do more, which is why people actually buy the dolls, which starts their life as a degenerate. Personally, I don't care, nor do I have a problem with how people want to make their money. On the contrary, I actually endorse this, because as a guy, why wouldn't I want to watch women oil themselves up and shake their titties? Look, if you want a normal job, good for you. If you want to almost flash your oiled up tits on what was previously a gaming website and lead people to a website where they pay to see you get pounded or finger yourself, good for you. But whatever you do in this life, you will be labeled as such. either a hardworking member of society or a porn star. Simple as that. And the reason why people are watching or buying these subscriptions is that sex sells. Granted, 1% of people might be there for the streamer's personality, but the other 99% of people are there to see what kind of streamer or what kind of assets the streamer has to offer. December 10 to 12. On December 11, Asian Bunny X was unbanned and Morgue Pie was banned in the span of, I think, 3 hours, which kind of seems like it was planned, and to where it seems like someone high on Twitch wanted to change up their material. And nothing else really happened on the 10th or 12th, other than people just joining in on the meta. December 13th, the day of reckoning. Twitch made a new policy to clarify what they meant by the original policy about nudity and sexual content. So the new policy on Twitch, shortened, is that you can twerk, grind, and pole dance are now allowed without a label. Artistic nudity permitted under sexual themes label. Body painting accepted with appropriate labels. Previously, I think you needed to set the sexual themes label to grind or twerk or pole dance. This is what Morgpie had to say about the policy change. It gives creators so much more freedom while also keeping the content from reaching the wrong audience. Bravo, Twitch. The only freedom that was gained is the freedom from not wearing any clothes. What freedom wasn't there on December 12th, but now is on the 13th, other than being nude on stream? And you want to know what people started doing with this policy? More than 50% of the just chatting were people doing the meta oiled up. And that's not even the worst part. Because of the artistic nudity label, art streamers, furry streamers, and VTubers just started drawing hentai on their streams. Look, there's a difference between drawing a character that's nude and drawing a character that's nude in certain scenarios that isn't normal. Cause some of the stuff didn't actually look that bad. But with other people, they would draw characters in situations that shouldn't really be there. It was how they positioned the nude character, what was happening, and the face of the character of that thing was happening. Some people were just drawing characters touching themselves, others drew things being inserted, and other people just drew genitalia as the main focus. This is what I think when people are drawing art that's nude. The nudity shouldn't be the main focus of the piece, but the piece meaning as a whole. Because people are just drawing nude characters just because they can, but I feel like that's not what Twitch actually meant. While other people were actually drawing art that had meaning and the character just happened to be nude, there's a difference. Also, there is one rule about the whole nude drawing, and that was it can't be nothing sexual like touching yourself or things being inserted. And people somehow broke that rule, even though that was the only rule they asked for. Now probably one of the reasons why the policy was rolled back. There's this one just chatting VTuber, Marina. Her live/active VTuber model was nude in the middle, and to the right of her was her model, like, you know, a full picture of her model, nipples out, bush out, and everything. And to the left of her was a cycling through naked fan art of her model. But it wasn't just her. Most people who were VTubers did the exact same thing, cycling through nude fan art of the character, other people just straight up drawing hentai, and you had other people with multiple images of hentai around the entire screen. Apparently that's all fine, but the only difference between her and other VTubers was that her active VTuber model was nude, which is the only rule that involved VTubers about this whole artistic nude policy thing. Because the whole thing lasted a day, and I wonder why. But you had some people blaming her since, you know, the whole art thing was a big step for artists to actually want to draw nude models and not porn like other people. A reason why they blame her is that she had the artistic tag label thing, which contributed to the rollback, since she was only using that tag to bypass to get a nude model. She wasn't doing any art, she was just chatting with a nude model, and she was able to do it because of the tag. I'm gonna say this though, she may have been a reason for the rollback, but those furry artists were something else. They would draw a furry head on a body and that has an abnormally large Johnson that would take up more than a third of the screen just because they can. And you know, they weren't doing it just because of the tag, they were doing it just because they could. You had people doing gaming streams with multiple pictures of just hentai around their entire stream because they were able to do that with the artistic nudity label. But so many people abused it, and it was because of that that the policy got changed in a single day. In a single day, the art category went from normal art to drawing porn. But people decide to blame this one person for it because of the VTuber model, and not the people just straight up drawing hentai and things being inserted. That was their only rule, and at least 25% of the people doing art were just straight up drawing hentai. Look, ultimately, I think it's a little bit unfair, because the people who did the VTuber nude were only 2 people out of like everyone else, versus the actual artist who did the hentai, there were a lot more people who did that. The only reason why everyone is picking on this VTuber is because it was far less people who actually did it, since each person had their own set of rules, being VTubers had their own set, and artists had their own set, being don't be nude, draw hentai. Ultimately, I feel like if Dexterdo posted multiple people doing or drawing the hentai, then I feel like people wouldn't blame those people. But since there was only one person actually doing the VTuber stuff, they all collectively blamed this one person for it. Because really, the artistic nudity was probably the closest thing Twitch could actually do for these OnlyFans creators. Because you know it wasn't just some coincidence that it just happened to be added when people started doing the meta. They wanted women to do the nude streams while finding out a way how they could actually do it. Because Twitch only cares about money. Because they knew guys are desperate. It's December, so holiday weekend and stuff. Because really, what else are they gonna do? Because realistically, this is the closest thing that people are probably gonna get to softcore till they actually do add a softcore category when someone high up throws a tantrum. So as of December 15th, the new policy is effective today. We're rolling back the artistic nudity changes. Moving forward with real or fictional nudity will not be allowed on Twitch regardless of the medium. This restriction does not apply to mature rated games. You can find emote-specific standards of nudity and sexual content in the emote guidelines. We're not making any other updates to the sexual content policy. So it went from OnlyFans Twitch creators shaking their oiled breasts to drawing hentai back to oiled breasts and twerking. Because as of right now, the art category is either people doing actual art or people posting live clips of twerking, naming it 18 plus twerk off ASMR contest. You had a lot of people blame Marina for the rollback because even with the new guideline, it should have been self-explanatory that you shouldn't do what she did. And apparently you had people in her chat telling her what she was doing was against TOS. Because apparently she said that the whole part of the stream was that she wanted to test the limits of the new guideline. And the people who tried to warn her, she banned them. The reason why most people are blaming her and not other VTubers is that she knew what she was doing because she wanted to push the limits. People in the chat tried to warn her. She did the full nudity thing while other VTubers didn't. Because from what I've seen, other VTubers just wore less. Everything was covered. It was just that she was the only one who went full nude. Because when it was announced on streamer bans that she was banned, 99% of people were happy since they say that she caused the rollback on the art, 2.3 million views, almost 1,000 comments. But her ban only lasted a day when other VTubers and actual artists get a 3-day ban, which caused a lot of VTubers and art streamers to let out their frustration about the situation. Because they talked about what Marina did in the past. And this is what I've learned from the comments that people made on Twitter. Because a lot of people now are saying that everything that's happening to her now is just karma for what she did in the past. Because this is what the consequences that she faces now. She got banned for a day. She's getting hate for the rollback. She lost a sponsorship from Energy, which sounds like a clone of Glitch Energy. And people are saying that the only reason why she's making an apology is because she lost her sponsorship. There are a few reasons why she's getting hate. I don't know if this is all true, but this is what I've seen about people releasing their frustration. She would send hate raids on people who didn't agree with her point of view. When the whole Hogwarts Legacy stuff was happening, she sent out multiple hate raids. From what I've seen from the comments, the raids were mostly targeted against other VTubers. She also doxed a number of streamers because of Hogwarts. Some of the people got so much hate that they had to change their identity completely. She called trans people who played the game fake trans, harassed someone twice, got called out for being a stalker, and her only defense was to reverse it by saying they were actually stalking her, but she showed no proof. I will say this again, I don't know if this is all true, but this is what I've seen. Now, a few things that Marina said on Twitter. She was banned for inappropriate attire because of her VTuber model in the middle, not the other stuff, just because of her active VTuber model needed some sort of visible clothing. In the case of other VTubers that were drawing porn, their live VTuber model had clothes on. That was visible. Now the apology that she gave. I owe artists and VTubers a huge apology. I never meant to cause any harm. I did genuinely believe after reading the TOS update multiple times that it was okay to display fictional nudity on static art as long as I labeled it correctly. She said that she read it multiple times and she showed the image of the policy that she read, but if you look down 3 points, you would see that it said this: avatars that translate the streamer's live movement into digital characters are subject to adult nudity and attire policies and may be prohibited. Which basically means that if she was nude with her active live VTuber model, the same rules apply if she was nude live in her actual body. With the TOS changes, clearly streamers like my own and many others were not in line with what happened with what Twitch had anticipated, and I deeply apologize for that. In the end, it was reckless and selfish not to wait longer to see the TOS changes took effect instead of testing them in the way that I did. I have lots of love for these artists and the community, and I never meant to contribute to something that harmed them. I acted in a way that made other people uncomfortable, and in hindsight, it was very unprofessional. Bottom line is, I should not have done what I did, and I will do better. And I'm sorry to those who I let down. An extra thing for clarification is that some people are commenting on the timing being so late in the day, and from what I can say is that I woke up right before this, usually wake up late afternoon/early morning, saw the TOS revision, and felt absolutely awful that I majorly messed up. I immediately sat down, wrote the apology, realizing that even though what I previously thought was in line with the TOS changes, that didn't matter. Damage has been done, and I contributed to it, and I need to own up for it. I genuinely feel terrible for causing pain for artists. Artists are the foundation of the VTubing space, and they don't deserve to have the TOS reverted. Some people have been commenting that I was banning everyone who came to warn me. That is untrue. I have many conversations on stream about the TOS update and how I interpreted them. I have a whole team of mods who worked very hard, and I know they banned countless people coming into my stream. These were all, to my knowledge, bad actors. Most bans I didn't see because I was consistently behind chat. While I was discussing and defending my stream during the stream itself, I was making it clear that I should not have done that stream in the way that it was done. I should not have rushed to the stream with my understanding of the TOS changes without waiting to see how it would actually be used by the community at large. I messed up. A lot of people seem to be talking about the stream who didn't attend it. All I can say is that for actual content structure is that I do normally just chatting streams while showcasing nude art on the side. It was not a cam show. There was no sexual interaction with chat. It was just a chill chatting stream. I have no intention of ever doing a cam show style stream on Twitch. Ultimately, I should not have displayed the nude art or my model in a bust up frame that I did, and I understand that there was some confusion about the content and structure of the stream itself. Simply put it, even though I was right in the moment, I didn't think what would happen if I were wrong. That was selfish, and that will sit with me forever. I'm sorry I let everyone down. I disappointed so many friends, and I will do better. Logging off Twitter for tonight, going to curate my social media and block negative things that that's not good for my mental health. A lot of people are taking this opportunity to post fake things about me, misinformation or misrepresentation of the situation. This isn't anything new for me. Remember, you can always DM me if you have questions or concern about regarding anything you see. Many people have valid criticism of how I handled myself on stream, but many people have personal ulterior motives that just seek to cause harm. I will say this again, I messed up with my stream the other night. I take full responsibility. I'm deeply sorry. I have elaborated more in my past posts and on my page. If you want to take a look, I'm going to focus on doing better, giving my time, energy, and love to the community, and taking care of myself to the best of my abilities. I decided to take all my earnings from subs, bits, etc. during my stream earlier this week and pass it all on to NSFW artists I featured on my stream. This does not change or fix what I did, but it puts the money where it's deserved, and I reached out to them. Look, at the end of the day, she did something that should have been self-explanatory, which was don't have an active live VTuber model when streaming. And the way that she did it made it worse by saying that she wanted to test the limits of the stream. She made a mistake, things are gonna go on, she'll probably get hate for it, and because of the other things that she allegedly did, I'm not sure if it's true, but with everything, it might come back in the future, because if it happened once, they might do it again. But this time, they might start things off slow instead of doing it everything everywhere all at once. Honestly, I'm gonna say it like this. Honestly, a lot of people were breaking the TOS by just straight up drawing hentai and just people drawing them, or people just drawing touching themselves. She was the only one I've seen do that nude VTuber model, but somehow she's getting all the hate. I'm gonna say this. If she did all the stuff that was alleged, I think she actually deserves all the hate. Because if you caused multiple hate raids and you weren't banned, I'd say you kind of deserve it. Also now, after everything that's happened, there's a new trend that hasn't picked up to the same degree as the Topless meta, but this meta is a censor bar. People would show their full body, like full body view, and have 2 censor bars across their areas. That's about it. If you like, then sub. If you sub, you might get another video.